Welcome. Today we're jumping into Nick Maggiulli's book, Just Keep Buying. Really insightful stuff. As we get started, maybe think about your own biggest money challenge right now.
Yeah.
Is it like A, figuring out when debt might actually be okay, even smart?
Yeah.
Or B, that classic dilemma, keep renting or finally buy a place? Or maybe C, trying to make sense of investing stocks, bonds, all that to actually build some wealth.
Yeah, and that's basically our mission today. We want to explore how you can think strategically about debt, make smarter rent or buy choices, and really harness investing to build, lasting financial security.
It's funny how money can just disappear,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Maggiulli has this concept, the illusion of disappearing wealth, and uses his grandfather as an example. Steady income, not huge expenses, but never invested, spent it all on horse racing, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And after 26 years in retirement, died with nothing. Zero. It's quite a story. Shows what happens if you don't manage it.
A really stark reminder.
Okay, so let's talk debt. It gets such a bad rap, especially, debt for just daily living, and often for good reason.
Absolutely, it can be a trap. But Maggiulli flips this a bit. He talks about using debt strategically.
How so?
Well, he calls it financial bed hedging. It sounds a bit strange, maybe. But the idea is if you have decent savings, you might choose not to pay off low-interest debt right away.
Okay. Why would you do that? Keep the cash.
Exactly. It keeps your money liquid, available. It can actually reduce your long-term risk, the risk of being caught without cash if something comes up or if a better investment opportunity appears. He says, let me get this right. When it comes to reducing risk, debt can be used to provide additional liquidity, smooth cash flow, or decrease uncertainty.
So it's about choosing to have that debt for flexibility, not being forced into it by necessity.
Precisely. Debt by choice, not desperation. That's the key takeaway there.
Got it. Okay, shifting gears, that other huge decision, rent or buy. I think everyone wrestles with this. Renting long-term feels like you're just, throwing money away.
It's such a common feeling. But, buying isn't automatically the better option. It's not that guaranteed golden ticket. People often forget the other costs. Maintenance can be huge, property taxes, insurance, and that big chunk of cash you need upfront the deposit, closing costs.
Yeah, that down payment can be anywhere from, 3.5% to 20% or even more, right? Plus fees. It locks up a lot of money.
A lot. And houses aren't liquid assets. Selling takes time and effort.
So Maggiulli gives some clear guidelines, doesn't he, for when buying makes sense?
He does. Basically, 3 big checks. 1, you plan to stay put for a good while, like at least 10 years.
Okay, 10 years minimum.
2, your job situation and, your personal life feel pretty stable. You're not expecting major upheavals.
Right, stability.
And 3, you actually have the cash, not just for the deposit, but comfortably, without stretching yourself thin.
Makes sense. So if you can't tick all 3 boxes,
Then renting is probably the smarter, more flexible move, at least for now. Wait until things line up better.
okay. Let's unpack investments then. This area can feel really daunting for a lot of people.
It definitely can seem complex, but it's so important, especially for retirement, right?
Yeah.
And just protecting your money from getting eaten away by inflation over time.
So what kind of investments are we talking about? Just stocks and bonds?
Well, those are the main ones people think of, yeah. But Maggiulli suggests looking broader, diversifying. Think about property, maybe small businesses, even things like cryptocurrency, depending on your risk tolerance, of course.
And how do stocks and bonds compare, generally?
Generally speaking, stocks offer better potential for long-term growth, but they bounce around a lot more, they're volatile. Bonds are usually safer, less bumpy, but the returns tend to be lower. Lower risk, lower potential return.
And the key thing is starting early, right? That whole compounding idea.
Oh, absolutely critical. It's the time value of money. Money you invest today starts working for you. And then the earnings on that money start earning more money. That's compounding.
It's like a snowball effect.
Exactly. The earlier you start, even if it's small amounts, the more time that snowball has to grow. Seriously, starting with lower risk stuff now is way better than putting it off.
Okay, so this all leads to the idea that financial freedom isn't some rigid, one-size-fits-all thing. It's personal.
Totally personal. Your situation, your goals, they're unique. And the book stresses you don't have to become this super frugal hermit saving every last cent.
You can actually live your life while building wealth.
Yes, that's the message. Save what you reasonably can. Maggiulli puts it nicely. When we have the ability to save more, we should save more. And when we don't, we should save less. Find a sustainable rhythm. He also advises, working slowly. Focus on building that savings buffer first. Get comfortable with that, then move more focus onto investing. It helps avoid burnout.
And what about spending? Feeling guilty about buying things you enjoy?
Yeah, he has a neat trick for that, the 2x rule. Basically, if you want to buy something non-essential, like a gadget or whatever, go ahead, but then you immediately invest the same amount of money.
Oh, interesting. So it balances out the spending with saving.
Right, it reframes the purchase. And it helps ensure your spending aligns with bigger goals, too. Like, buying a new laptop isn't just spending money if it helps you, say, write that book you've been planning. It's an investment in your goals. More fulfilling that way.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's quickly recap what we've covered. We talked about rethinking debt, seeing it not just as bad, but potentially as a strategic tool, like financial bed hedging, used by choice.
Then the rent versus buy decision, remembering Maggiulli's 3 criteria times, stability, cash, and all those hidden costs of owning.
Right. And then investments, crucial for retirement, beating inflation. The importance of diversifying beyond just stocks and bonds, and starting early because of compounding.
Yeah, that time element is huge.
And finally, just remembering that your path is your own. You can live life and build wealth. Focus on saving first, then investing. Find your balance. Maybe use that 2x rule. Avoid the burnout. So, thinking about all this, maybe for you listening, what's just one small, concrete step you could take, maybe even today, to move a little closer towards your financial goals?